you guys? What are your names?
Justice!
Yeah, Justice.
My name's Max.
Yeah.
I'm Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. Hello. Okay, we're here, Purchase College, wide open think tank, solving the world's most pressing questions with college-age, quick-thinking minds. How are we going to solve Israel versus Palestine?
Holy shit. I like that question. Damn.
Hey, Matt, what do you think about Israel versus Palestine? How are we going to fix it?
I honestly have no knowledge on the subject.
Do you not have any knowledge?
I'm sorry.
How are we going to solve Israel versus Palestine?
What the fuck is he talking about?
I don't...
Yeah.
Israel versus Palestine. God damn, I'm not very well educated on this topic.
Israel versus Palestine?
Yeah, Israel versus Palestine. How are we going to fix it? What are we going to do?
Lots of hugs and kisses and queerness.
Israel versus Palestine. How do we fix it?
Smoke a little weed and just come together as one and just be happy.
The Jews get it every even year.
Okay.
Palestinians get it every odd year.
Okay, it's like a bad divorce.
Yeah.
Cool.
And every other Wednesday they switch.
You just asked the guy wearing Yeezys about Israel and Palestine?
Yeah.
Good job.
Thanks.
Buenos noches. Ci vediamo domani.
Hell yeah!
So, I like Rick and Morty's take on it, where they both drop acid and then they solve it because they realize that everyone's human and that this is one world and we all should live in peaceful life.
Send one of those to Palestine.
Yeah.
One to Israel.
Just hugs and kisses and it makes everything better.
How are we going to solve the Israel versus Palestine debate?
No fucking idea.
Right?
Be open-minded.
Respecting that Pakistan is a real country and Israel is a made-up country by the fucking corporations.
It's a corporate.
Yeah, so Pakistan is the real thing.
Everyone's gonna get high. No, that's not true.
I mean, it could happen.
Everyone's gonna dance it out.
Israel versus Palestine. I honestly wish I knew more about the issue, but I don't think war is the answer.
War is not the answer. Heard it here, kids.
It's a really terrible circumstance in both places, and to fight over something consistently and constantly without even attempting to understand is ineffective and not worth the constant conflict and destruction and violence.
Next point, dude. Yeah.
There's so much I know they tired of me. Honestly, don't give a fuck about who ain't bother me. Drop 2 mixtapes in 6 months, my bitch working as hard as me.
We're stopping racism right here.
Don't let these folks bother me.
What do you think of Netanyahu? What kind of guy is he?
He's a guy who's
I don't know who that Netanyahu? Who is that?
Netanyahu. How sexy? You got 10 stars to rate him.
Yo, -5 out of 10, bro. Fuck you.
He's fake news. All right, he's fake news. Is not real.
But I like Israeli people. They are really talented.
There's some really talented people, yeah.
But they are not real. They are corporations.
Which I love Jewish people. I fucking love Jewish people. I love the Jews.
Who are your top 5 favorite Palestinian people? Go. Israel versus Palestine. Whose fault is it?
Dick Cheney.
Who's right?
Palestine, bro.
Palestine?
Israel is oppressing them.
Okay.
Israel's the fucking OG.
What the? Israel's the OG?
On that note, I'm out.
I would say that whoever is oppressed is right. It doesn't fucking matter.
Hello, everybody. My name is Emma Grace Meyer.
I'm Simone Richie.
And this is Purchase Late Night. Known Hollywood creep and human turtle Woody Allen came forward this week in what seemed like defense of Harvey Weinstein, saying that, quote, "We don't want it to lead to a witch hunt atmosphere, a Salem atmosphere, where every guy in an office who winks at a woman suddenly is suddenly having to call himself a lawyer to defend himself. That's not right either." I'm sorry, Mr. Allen. Is it not right? Because I'm personally not a fan of being winked at by strange men. Are you, Simone?
Can't say I am, Emma.
Interesting. The only reason that you should be winking at anyone in the office, Woody Allen, is if your old man medication is making you fall asleep at your desk.
And Woody Allen has a terrible track record when it comes to sexual misconduct. Letting Woody Allen give advice about how we handle accusations of sexual misconduct is like letting my kid nephew give me tax advice. No, 401k does not mean I get 401 cookies. And no, I cannot write off Pokemon cards as a work expense. But yes, I do have games on my phone.
That's true. In 1993, Woody Allen was accused of sexually abusing his 7-year-old daughter. And then in 1994, Miramax produced Allen's movie Bullets Over Broadway. Because as Harvey Weinstein said in a 1994 interview with the LA Times, quote, "Shunned by Hollywood means nothing to Miramax. We're talking about a comic genius."
Comic genius? All of Woody Allen's movies are the same.
It's true. So think an old man, we're talking like 60 to 80 years old, meets a young girl, preferably 18 or younger. Bonus points if she's your niece or daughter.
And the plot of the whole thing is, should I fuck her? And hey, chances are he does. We're all supposed to feel okay about it.
Yeah, and maybe being, quote, shunned by Hollywood didn't mean anything to Miramax, but it does mean something to the Academy. Amid the many accusations of sexual misconduct made against him, Harvey Weinstein has officially been expelled from the Academy of Motion Pictures.
Wow.
Yeah, come on!
You know, isn't it great when people face consequences for their shitty actions? Where have we seen that before?
Wow, where have we seen that before? I don't know. That's, where have we seen that? We haven't seen that before.
Right.
Interesting. Okay. Well, speaking of egregious human beings, Donald Trump made headlines last week for challenging Secretary of State Rex Tillerson to an IQ test. This comes in the wake of Tillerson allegedly calling Trump a, quote, moron, which frankly Trump should be taking as a compliment because we all know he falls way lower than that on the old school Binet scale.
I can see it now. Trump walking in, number 2 pencil sharpened, having freshly popped an Adderall he managed to buy off that one sketchy classmate of Barron's, looking up at the proctor and asking, "How do you spell IQ?"
And you know he's gonna lean over and try to cheat off his neighbors, but he'll claim that he invented those answers himself, just like he invented the word fake.
And he'll walk away triumphant with the same unearned confidence as his predecessors.
Mission accomplished.
Mission
In other news, the BET Hip Hop Awards happened last week with a notable freestyle by rapper Eminem during the annual Cypher. Those excited about seeing Eminem return to the rap game included people who think it's acceptable to eat Doritos and Mountain Dew Code Red for breakfast, and people who think Matt Damon is brave for having daughters.
Honestly, this is just further proof that white people need to stay away from hip-hop. Did you see all those black guys in the back behind Eminem? We've all been there, letting your white friends embarrass themselves, thinking they've got mad bars, when really, all they have is a bad case of cultural appropriation and a Spotify playlist with Kanye songs from 10 years ago called Lit City.
And finally, an Ohio man has made headlines for building a replica of an AT-AT Walker from Star Wars, which is 2 stories tall and towers over his home.
The replica was made just in time for Halloween, and we have audio of what the horn will sound like when he plays it for trick-or-treaters. Let's give it a listen. I am an adult virgin. I am a virgin. I've never seen boobs.
We have a great show for you tonight, guys.
We've got Psych Club coming on as our guest.
Nick Kaidoo will be our stand-up comedian this evening.
And Rachel Pallassino is our musical guest.
Thank you so much for coming out tonight, you guys. I'm Pride.
I'm Prejudice.
We'll see you in a second. Late night. Now, everybody, get your reading glasses on and take your baby diapers off because it's time for a new rousing edition of
PLN Book Club!
That's right. And this week we're going to do something a little bit different.
That's awesome. Everyone has always told me I'm a little bit different.
I am sure they have. Well, it's time this week, everybody, ready for PLN Book Club Children's Book Edition.
Woo! You think this means I'll be able to read these ones?
Nope, but we're gonna try.
It's the best I can hope for, right?
That's right. So, our first book is a story of love and loss. That's loss of our Lord and love for his soul.
So the Bible?
No, it's actually The Lion, the Witch, and the Heavy Christian Overtones. Yeah, my mom gave me this one when I was very young, and it was really influential in my spiritual growth.
Oh, how so?
I have a giant tattoo of a lion on my ass.
That's great.
It's so great. It's just as great as this next book, which is the original version of Roald Dahl's classic. I had to do some really dark searching for some dark hours on the dark web for this one. But before his editors got his hands on it, it was originally called Charlie and the Chinese Textile Factory.
Oh, my mom read me the Chocolate Factory version. Which kid wins in this one?
Oh, nobody wins. They all die. They all die.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this was 20 years before scientists knew that lead was actually super bad for people, especially children. Hashtag Flint still doesn't have clean water.
That's weird though, because like my mom has been feeding me 30-year-old Ticonderogas forever.
That might explain some things.
Probably does.
Yeah. Well, this next book is a commentary on women's rights and America at large. It is called Oh, the Places You'll Go for an Abortion Under the GOP's Most Recent Legislation.
It sounds political.
It is. It is. Turns out there's actually only one clinic in all of New York State, and they make you write a love song to your baby beforehand. And if you have any other kids, they make you shoot them with an assault rifle.
That's bad.
It's very bad. You don't even know the half of it, Simone. Our final book is one of the most highly coveted children's goodnight stories in the biz. But this one teaches kids more about the unnecessary turmoil of adult life. It's called Goodnight Moon, Hello Existential Dread.
That sounds really heavy.
Oh, it sure is. You can't get more than 5 pages in without considering nihilism.
Nihil what now?
It's called nihilism. It's when you essentially have this idea that nothing matters, including yourself.
What is that? Like some theory some kid who went to a Philosophy 101 course came up with after he realized that his upper middle class upbringing wasn't fulfilling enough?
Actually, yeah. I'm like blown away that you know all those words.
I got some tricks up my sleeve,
Yeah,
you know.
do.
Like this one!
Simone, what is that?
It's Finding Nemo. I've been reading it all week.
Simone, Finding Nemo is a movie, first of all. Second of all, that is a dead fish.
Not according to him, it's not.
Okay, well, that wraps up this week's edition of PLN Book Club. Everybody come back next week and see if we can help Simone finally figure out what a book is.
That's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. We'll be right back.
We've been through a lot these past few months. Political unrest, national tragedy, the rise and fall of the fidget spinner empire. You know, it's a lot on our plates. Luckily for you, it gives me the opportunity to do something I've wanted to do on this show for a long time. Quinn, lock those doors! Oh. What a swell guy. Welcome to Simone Ritchie's 24-hour improvathon. Creating improvised tragedy about contemporary problems. Everyone, please help me in giving me a location. Sarah. Sarah. Yeah? I'm in the middle of my improvathon. Oh, yeah, do you know a good place for me to shoot my goop? What? I gotta shoot some goop, you know? I got a lot of goop in my goop sack, and I can't just shoot it anywhere. Shoot your what? My goop, man. I got a lot of goop, and it needs to go, you know? It's been a tough year. I've
got a lot of goop in my goop sack and I gotta shoot soon. You know, some people just shoot their goop anywhere, but that's not me. That's not the Sarah Gun brand. Look! You got yours, and I've got mine, alright? You get angry at the world and decide that doing dramatic improv is a good idea. But me, I take that and I compress it, I refine it, I store it, I manufacture it, and I compress it into my goop sack. Look. What? Alright, this baby's about to burst. Alright, I gotta shoot my goop soon, and how? Please? Look, I don't know what you're talking about, but I've just decided I don't care. This improvathon has been 15 years in the making, and you're not gonna screw it up for me. All right, but if things get messy, you know, that's on you. All right, fine. As long as I have you here, can you give me a location? Berlin, Nazi Germany. Can we try somewhere with fewer Nazis? Okay. Munich, Nazi Germany has a historically lower population than Berlin. All right, fine. All right, so you'll be like a little Jewish girl under the floor, and you know, as for me, I'll just do what I do best. Okay, fine. Oh, I'm so scared and depressed and Jewish, and things haven't been so good so far. And I'm a Nazi here to do a Nazi thing. There better not be any Jews around here, or I'll be angry indeed. Oh yeah, I'll be cross. Yeah, if I see a Jew, I'll have to shoot him with my goop. Hail Hitler! What the fuck, Sarah? Uh-oh, looks like someone's gonna get in the goop shoot. Hail Hitler! Sarah, stop, okay? You've ruined everything.
Simone.
Traitor!
Simone, why did you lock me out of the studio? Tell me you're not doing this stupid improvathon thing that you want. I said no, like so many times.
It's a journey through improvised movement and language, and I would have been fine if it weren't for this thing over here. Oh my God, I have to shoot my goop! It's a problem, and I gotta fix it! Do you see what I have to work with?
Sarah, I totally get where you're coming from.
What?
See, I got some goop to shoot as well. This is ridiculous.
Looks like we all got goop that needs shooting.
And that's the moral of the story.
Good God, it's Gwyneth Paltrow! Wowie, I'm starstruck.
Gwyneth Paltrow, what are you doing here?
Girls, listen. I need to take and repossess your goop and use it for my new feminine hygiene and pleasure product line at goop.com. Remember, ladies, your comey is your homie.
You mean women everywhere need our goop?
Uh-huh.
Well, if that's what you really want, Gwyneth. Oh my God.
Do you feel better now, Sarah? I feel better.
Yeah, I feel really good.
All right, well.
There's lotion in there. You don't want to eat that.
Okay.
Welcome back, everybody. Tonight's guests are a couple representatives from Psych Club. Please welcome Abby and James. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight, you guys. Why don't you tell us what your role is with Psych Club?
Okay, so I'm this year's treasurer for Psych Club, so I handle all of our money and finances, and I'm totally the person to leave that in the hands of, so.
For sure. You sound confident.
I am the club's PR director. Well, actually, I'm called the communications coordinator, but it's pretty much the same thing. And I pretty much do social media updating. I make flyers for the club, and I just make sure that everything's running smoothly. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So when do you guys have meetings for Psych Club? When should we?
So we don't really have formal meetings per se, but we have 3 or 4 events a month.
Cool.
So for instance, this Wednesday is pet therapy, which everybody loves. So we have
what kinds of puppies are?
They're like
They're
so
very
small.
small.
Like a little.
Very small.
Yay. And like, you know, people sit in groups and they run around. Sorry. There's usually about 10 puppies and it's for 2 hours. It's right over there in
The wellness center.
Wellness center.
That's from 12:30 to 2:30.
So everybody wrote that down. Puppies.
Puppies.
Wellness center.
Wellness
12:30 to 2. Is that right?
Yeah.
12:30
And if
to
I-
2. 12:30 to 2:30. That's 2 whole hours of puppy time, guys.
Like we can't force you out. You pay for this.
Yeah.
Stay as long
This
as
is
you want.
really for
And if you can't make this one on Wednesday, we have another one during finals week. So
And then
look
2
out for that
more
one.
next semester.
And 2 more next semester.
Yeah.
Psych Club is
No, it
officially
just
the best
keeps
club
getting
because they bring us puppies, guys.
Well, so does the wellness center and community engagement. So.
So
They
let's
just-
you
give it
guys
up for
are
them
here
too.
right now. So
But
let's
it's
Thank you. So what other kinds of things do you guys do in Psych Club?
So far we've had a game night and we're about to have
We have
a
game night.
Psych Flicks event. So
Yeah, it's called Psych Flicks. We just, what is it? I think like the NetSci lecture hall. We just play any movie that has anything to do with psych. This week we're showing Shutter Island.
So that's a week.
That's going to be a week from tomorrow. It's Tuesday at 7:30 at the Social Sciences Lounge. My bad. I misspoke.
Do you ever
Yeah.
watch the show Psych?
I actually tried.
No, wait, there's a show called Psych?
Yeah, but it's not about psychology.
Oh wow, what a misleading title.
I started watching that like
Yeah.
right up my alley and then I was just like, this is weird.
So do you have to be a psych major to be in Psych Club?
No, and that's actually what we're trying to do is
Yeah.
just like broaden it to like other people like that aren't in psych. And we just want to like make this club fun for everyone. So we have puppies, we have like movies for anyone interested in psychology. So you could be anyone on this campus. You could have interest in anything and like participate in events.
I think that's what's most important is that we get that at club fair a lot too. People are like, oh, you're psych club, what do you do? Do you have to be a psych major? And like, no, you don't even have to take any psych classes, just the general interest.
Just an interest in
Oh,
psychology. That's awesome. So what's we'll leave you with what's your favorite part about being in Psych Club?
I think it's just actually seeing that people care about what we're doing because like we're like, yeah, let's plan these events and get all these things and use our budget and then like people actually end up coming and you're like, wow, you care.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I think I like that and expanding like the love that I have for psychology with other people.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's a good way to like channel like the stuff that we have like in mind for psychology and just like bring it like into a community, trying to make like psychology fun in general. You know? Yeah.
Great outlet. Well, guys, go to the Wellness Center on Wednesday because there's going to be puppies there from 12:30 to 2:30. Simone is definitely going.
I might steal one.
Alright, well, we're not going to stop you.
So somebody keep like a head count on all the puppies, and if one goes missing,
You'll know
there's
it's in
10.
case you
There's 10.
do.
If 9 walk out of there, Simone has one in her pocket. Yep. Okay, everybody watch out for that. Well, Abby and James, thanks so much for coming on. Everybody, we will be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Tonight's featured comic is a writer for PLN as well as a member of Stand Up Club.
He's seen the movie Hitch more than any other movie ever.
Everybody, please welcome Nick Kaidoo.
Hey guys, my mom is an economic genius. I've watched her figure out a low risk, high reward investment potential for herself. She takes my money and then buys herself lotto tickets. And then here's the kicker. If she wins, I don't get a return on my investment because, and I quote, "Who bought the ticket, Nicholas? Go in there and wash the dishes." Hey, if you ain't talking money, I don't want to talk. Which, like, I never understood that expression because the people talking money the most are the people who don't have any money. Like, can you spare some change? Can I get $1 for something to eat? That's not a homeless person, that's me after my mom buys her lotto tickets. I don't want to get robbed. So I wear Reeboks. And I carry a Velcro wallet. Because my neighborhood is a kind of neighborhood where you will get robbed. Well, not anymore because of gentrification. And like, I'm not rooting for another crack epidemic? But if the government were to engineer a newer, more potent, more rent-controlling crack, how could I say no? I can't sleep, and it's not new information, but whenever I go on sources made for white people, like White People Daily or BuzzFeed or BET, they all tell you the same thing. Get a white noise machine, a white noise machine. Which, as it turns out, is not some southern dude shouting slurs at you while you try to go to sleep. It's for like ambient noise. But I wonder what the white noise machine from my neighborhood would sound like. You know, like white trees rustling. Niggas lighting blunts like the beginning of a Lil Wayne song. But then with my luck, I would hear myself getting robbed on the tape. Like, hey yo, cuz, run them sneakers, cuz. Like, all right, man. Hold up, is them Reeboks? Put them back on your nasty feet. Just give me your wallet, cuz. Like, all right. Shh. Velcro, man, put that shit back in your pocket. I got called for jury duty recently, which is dangerous. Not for me, but for the justice system. Because, like, if the DA asks, sir, do you have any prejudices that should disqualify you from sitting on this jury? I would be like, I don't have any prejudices, but I have prejudgedices, as in I have prejudged this case. He is innocent. And then he'll be like, well, sir, we have the murder weapon and the glove. The attacker's DNA is on both. I'll be like, the attacker's DNA is on... Man, fuck you. You know how dumb you sound? That's circumstantial. I know how y'all do. Then you would be like, well, sir, the victim is testifying on the stand right now. I'll be like, hey, yo, my man, how you see so good while you getting stabbed? I'm just saying. Then the DA would be like, sir, the attacker is stabbing the victim as we speak. You're like, oh, shit. See not, hear not. See no evil, hear no evil. That man is innocent. With that said, I do think criminals need to rethink the crimes they commit. Don't make it easy for the feds. Like Bernie Madoff up and Madoff with those people's money. Bobby Shmurda. You guessed it. He committed murder. Like, what was he gonna say? The cop was gonna be like, Mr. Shmurda, am I pronouncing that correctly? We can trace you to the scene of the crime. You have no alibi. Did you kill that man? He's gonna be like, no, Your Honor. There has been a misunderstanding. My name has been legally changed to Bobby Schmidt's demeanor. And now I've committed petty theft at best. When I think about petty theft, I think about how Brangelina adopts babies. I feel like white people travel the world looking for babies the way NBA scouts look for ball players. Like, they just travel across, like, Africa and Asia, and they're like, well, Matembe has great athleticism. But Liang, she's got great basketball IQ, and you can't teach that. It's a toss-up to see who will get drafted first in the 2017 White Savior Olympics. I'm still waiting to get drafted. But I'm about to age out, which is unfortunate because I hear white parents give you money. And my mom takes my money to buy lotto tickets. Growing up, I'd always wanted to date a white girl. But now that I'm older, I imagine it'd go something like, you know, her mom comes home after like a long day at work and she's like, Who let this nigga in my house? And then the girl, her name's Brittany, of course it is, she would be like, Mom, this nigga's the love of my life. And I would be in the middle like, all right. That's twice y'all done called me nigga. And I'm not counting, but 2 more times then I get a free Subway sandwich. 3 more times and one of you is legally obligated to work for Fox News. And then I would hear her dad like shouting in the back with his friends, you know, I would start getting drowsy, you know, unbeknownst to me. Like, oh shit. Y'all got a white noise machine too? Thank you guys.
Our musical guest tonight is a film major here at Purchase.
We have something in common. If both of us were to shrink 1 inch shorter, we could legally qualify as dwarves.
Everybody, please welcome Rachel Pallassino!
Now it's time to say goodbye. And the loss could almost make me cry. It's already been so long. Now it's severed. But did it always feel so wrong? And I don't want to say goodbye, but the choice is no longer mine. People come and people go down different paths. Broken roads, but how can you stop a loss from happening when you're nailed up on a cross? Do you regret nothing?
Awesome. Give it up one more time for Rachel Pallassino. To follow us on all of our social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We will not be having a show next week because we gotta use 2 weeks to prep for the Halloween show. So in 2 weeks, make sure you come back, watch the show when it goes up on Thursday. Have a great night.